Yo, what's up? It's your girl Bree at Cryptic Tales of Terror. I know I've been gone for a little bit. Shit happens as usual. Like I've always said though, I will always come back. Always. So, oh yes, and we had the full moon in Taurus. What, like 2, 3 days ago? And anyways, we'll get to that in a minute. I hope you guys all had a great Halloween and stayed safe. No one got in trouble or went to jail, anything like that. Um, this full moon in Taurus, half of you guys could have been really melancholy and nostalgic, but also at the same time, you had this fire lit up under your ass that you need to take action on your life. Because I know I had Taurus, for me, I have a Taurus moon sign and like maybe Taurus and Mercury or some shit. Anyways, I know it's not October anymore, but I still want to use this deck here because they didn't have enough time and it's not fair to them, okay? And I hate to say this, but from my visions, the karmic feminine is going to die. I know it may seem like I'm saying it nonchalantly, but I wouldn't wish this upon anybody. But she is going to die from any of the following. It could be from a drug overdose or well, overdose on pills, a heroin overdose, or a fatal car crash, or um she may pay somebody to shoot her in the head because she's afraid of doing it herself, because she's afraid of missing and surviving, which I've heard of stories like that where people try to, you know, whatever, and they miss and they survive. It's the right angle you got to do it at. But right now, she's iffy about what method she wants to take, but she's gonna do it regardless. And before I get to this, just real quick, okay? And she wants to die because I mean she's extremely jealous about how the divine masculine and the feminine belong together. And in her mind she just can't handle that. Not to mention the fact that she's going to jail. I- She's gonna lose her shit if she goes to jail for all the crimes that she committed, just like the karmic masculine. And the karmic masculine is gonna check out in prison. For her, she would rather check out before she gets arrested, before the reunion happens, okay? And she's losing her fucking marbles right now because of all the bad karma that's kicking her in the ass from all the black magic that she did. 444 on the timer. We're divinely protected. And, she might even threaten the masculine that, oh, if you leave me, then I'm gonna kill myself. The divine masculine knows better, and that is just a manipulation tactic. Because regardless of what she says, she's checking out. And here's the thing, when the reunion happens, which by this holiday season, shit's wrapping up. 5:35 on the timer, shit's wrapping up. Um, how do I say this? She just can't handle any of it. And I mean, has been doing all kinds of beauty magic, body magic, trying to copycat the feminine in every way so that he will try to see the good shit in her. No. Well, anyways, the karmic feminine plans on leaving this planet no matter what the divine masculine does. And not to mention, she wants to check out because, like I said, she's scared shitless of going to jail. And she's losing her mind from all the black magic. I'm gonna leave it right there because there's more shit that I have to say, but I want to do this. My next reading will be with the oracles. I mean, Guanyo, the tarot. Don't fuck up on me. And I'll tell you what, with the full moon in Taurus, what did they? It's Guanyo. What's the word I'm looking for? 7:11 on the timer. There's evolution, there's change, whether you fucking like it or not. Hold on, there's a card here specifically that I want to show you guys because this is what's happened to the feminine, and now the masculine has been experiencing this as a part of his karma. Here we go. With all the isolation spells that this coven did to you guys, they wanted you all to feel invisible. 808 on the timer. But you know what's funny? Is that right here, though? I don't know if y'all can see that or what. The word is authenticity. They tried to make you invisible by rejecting you out of society or their group, per se, and told the masculine a whole bunch of lies about you and shit so that he would be disgusted to not want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. But no matter what, you always remained authentic because that's just how you are. You're not going to put on a show for anybody. Plain and simple. You're just not. That's just, you're the kind of person where it's what you see is what you get. There's no hidden undertones or underlying, ulterior motives. You're not, paying attention to every single undertone that's being said by somebody to be calculative and what you can get from them, shit like that. No, that's not you. And me being a part of the collective myself, I'm always authentic. For me, what you see is what the fuck you get. Okay, and how do I say this? It's like an onion, bro. You know how onions got layers to them? That's how the feminines are. A lot of feminines, 10-10 on the timer. A lot of feminines out there are like an onion, they have layers, and the more you keep chopping, the more layers you see, right? The feminine is like that in the sense of, oh, you may look like a dweeb from the outside, but the more I uncover about you, you're pretty fucking cool, actually. You're highly intelligent in many different aspects. Okay? You're not, I mean, you could be a math whiz, you could be an English whiz. I mean, you could work for, public relations and trying to help advocate for the poor or advocate for drug addicts that actually want help and shit. And based on the way you dress or something, or the way you even talk, people wouldn't have thought that shit about you. I'll tell you what, a quick little story about myself. Years ago, many years ago, when I worked at Panera Bread, obviously you gotta wear that dorky ass uniform and shit, right? I was always polite to everybody, yada yada yada. And there was a girl that I gave a ride home to because she needed it that day. And I totally forgot to turn down the volume of my stereo. And what was blasting was Slipknot. And she was laughing the whole time. And she was like, Bree, this is you? I'm like, it's damn right, it's me. I said, I listened to this shit on the way to work. 12:21 on the time. I listen to this shit on the way to work to get amped up, and then I leave because I'm amped up to get the fuck out of it. And then, you know, fuck, I enjoy classical as well. I used to play the violin when I was a kid. Wasn't the best at it, but fuck, I tried it. Um, Bluegrass, believe it or not, I enjoy bluegrass. I like swing music. I like jazz. Anyways, don't judge a book by its cover. And you know what? What I've been getting a lot of is when the masculine has asked his friends about, whether or not to get back with you, in their mind, it's, we're too opposite. But yet, when I'm with her, it's a grand old time. But here's the thing. As they say, opposites attract and shit. The yin to the yang, okay? Because let me tell you one, I have dated two guys in my life where we were very similar, but too similar to the point where shit got boring, man. Like, just fucking boring. It's like, okay, well, there's nothing new that you want to learn. There's nothing different you want to try. Just same old shit. You're not creative or you don't think outside the box. I mean, anyways, here we go. What does the collective need to hear? The divine feminine, the divine masculine. And I know that the eerie feeling that I felt on Halloween night is because the coven was doing a ritual and sacrificing cats. Whew. It's sad that poor animals. Two more shuffling. The last one. I am feeling that in general, in the general human population, a lot of people got arrested on Halloween night. Just being overly confident with the driving. But then again, that's what happens when you're under the influence. You know, you think you're fine, you think you're good, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, it hits me, and then you fuck up. And the cops are waiting, man. The same thing with New Year's Eve. Oh, look, forgiveness, reducing burden. For the whole collective out there, forgive the enemies, even the ones you thought were your friends. Forgive them because, you know, a part of the spiritual awakening and the enlightenment is that you've got to learn how to open your heart and to think differently and to forgive and realize, you know, hurt people hurt people. Hurt people will hurt people out of revenge or out of jealousy or out of greed or whatever the case may be. But regardless, forgive them from a distance, yo, because you're not gonna have to carry that anger, you know, you're not gonna be bitter from it, nasty, fuck it. No. Life is too short. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. Oh my goodness. That's like the epitome of Halloween, or AKA Samhain, or Samhain, depending on where you come from in the world. You know, Halloween is that one day of the year where the veil between the living and the dead is the thinnest. You pause and you give gratitude and thanks to your ancestors. Just, you know, pause with life just for that day if you were able to. But if you weren't able to, I mean, shit, at least just try to, you know, go to the bathroom and just talk silently to your ancestors, you know, let them know that, hey, I'm thinking about you. And then it's technically for anybody who's pagan, you know, or into witchcraft, whatever. Halloween is our New Year's Eve. And the next day is New Year's Day. But of course, the American calendar, it's December 31st, New Year's Eve, and then January 1st is first day of the year. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. The collective is craving this, man, especially with the masculines, because They miss feeling at home, and that's with their partner. And you miss your masculine because they feel like home to you as well. Regardless of all the damage and bullshit that's been done, y'all still miss the fuck out of each other because you know what? 2020 on the timer. The bottom line is, yes, all of this bullshit that happened could have been prevented if it wasn't for the karmic masculine spreading a whole bunch of shit of lies. This was all divinely orchestrated. 2040 on the timer. It had to happen. And I got a feeling that the masculines, they know that with you, it's like the one that got away, but then at the same time, looking back, their mind could have been, this is my one last hurrah of partying and shit. Let's get it out of my system. And unfortunately, 2121 on the timer, the feminine, really heartbroken. And don't get me wrong, the masculine was heartbroken too from the bullshit lies. He was flabbergasted by the shit that he heard. The feminine was also very depressed when she got left in the dust, but, you know, in hermit mode, man, learned a lot about herself and her talents and this, that, and the other. Farmbrack, sweetness and synergy. You're ready for the sweet life. The sweet life, and it's coming. And the karmic masculine and karmic feminine, they want your sweet life. That's why they've been trying to destiny swap with 2222 on the timer as they say that. One of the big twin flame numbers. Karmic masculine and karmic feminine, they want to have the feminine's destiny. They've been trying to destiny swap. They know. Divine intervention, okay? Archangels. And with me, I also work with Hecate. And she's got I don't know the word for it, maybe an exquisite taste for humor? I don't know. Anyways, mommy change. Yeah, there's change coming all over the place. Scrying intuition. Your intuition is heightening like no other. You could be learning tarot, oracles, and yes, the enemies have been doing readings on you as well because they're trying to figure out what the hell your next move is going to be. Especially the karmic feminine. Woo! She is sending you guys the evil eye like you have no idea. Spider, community and web weaving. This whole coven has been nothing but a community and web weaving. Working together, but not for the good. The veil, which is the future, she's covered up because she doesn't know what the future holds. That's supposed to be the surprise. The witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Oops. If you were ever wondering if you were a natural witch, then this is your confirmation. But you are not a bad witch. You do not wish anybody harm. There's a motto. Do ye no harm, but take no shit. I don't know. Cardinal, you see it says Night Song, Hidden Talents. Yeah, you guys could have, you're gonna be learning that maybe you have spiritual hidden talents you never knew about. And Cardinals, y'all could be seeing Cardinals and a lot of Blue Jays around, but for me, with the Cardinal, it's definitely a sign for me, big time, of my father saying hello. Trick or treat, mischief, and I can't make this up when I said I feel mischief and eerie shit up in the air. I'm like, there's a ritual going on, and they are totally crossing so many spiritual boundaries that the owl, wise seeing, wise action. And owls talk about messages. You very well could be getting a message coming through from your partner. And for the longest time, the problem has been fear, fear of rejection. But hey, Apple, risk and reward. Basic mean you gotta learn how to say, fuck it, go for it. Express your emotions. Even if it comes out in a weird fucking way, or, if you think it's gonna hurt their feelings or whatever, just at this point, 26:56 on the timer. At this point, just say it. Like, dragging the shit out like, tomorrow. Or, hold on a second. Wow, 27:27. My fam. I'm back. And I just went ahead to change the thermometer. Excuse me, the thermostat. It's so hot in Florida. Okay. The next card right here, messages from the universe. But before I get to that, I made you guys wait on your toes a little bit. Listen, I'm a very sweet person, or at least I try to be. I have nothing but good intentions towards people. I always try to help my fellow neighbor out, but I have now learned a lot of discernment from what's happened. And here, I said, I'm not trying to be a smartass or piss anyone off. But if you had watched my last two videos about the danger that the divine masculine was in and um what's going on with how as soon as the reunion happens, the karmic feminine, she's going to be doing black magic on you guys to try and break you guys up. So you guys are going to have to stick it out together no matter what happens, even if you guys are cranky at each other for no fucking reason, petty arguments for no fucking reason. It's not you, it's the magic. That's what I have been trying to say in the last two videos, hoping that you guys would have watched it. So, and there were a lot of curses that were done. If you got stick together, because you will break all curses that were sent to you last month in October. Because you gotta remember, in October, you had the full moon in Aries. And then you had the 1010 portal. And then you had the new moon in Libra, which was a big thing for love. And then now we just had the full moon in Taurus. So it's been a wild ride. And then you had, Halloween. So these motherfuckers, they took advantage. So stick together. But also at the same time, don't worry because this reunion was too powerful for this magic and also divinely orchestrated. You and your divine partner are meant to accomplish some serious good shit and to be very abundant, not only financially, but with love and family and all of that. Okay? And I know that the masculine has been asking his friends for a while for advice, but here's the thing. I'm not sure if the masculine knew this or not, but if he asked friends that were already married or were dating, okay, and they associated with this huge group of people, then they gave him shitty advice and lied to him because they didn't want him to get back with the feminine because they were working on using the feminine as a blood sacrifice. Okay? Because they believed in everything, all the lies and bullshit that the karmic masculine had said about her after she left him. And at that time, people believed what he had to say. None of that shit was true. And so the revenge plot was to use the feminine as a sacrifice. So they all had to work together to keep coming up with lies and whatever manipulation tactics that they could to keep the feminine and masculine away from each other. Okay? And let me tell you, I know for a fact, I have evidence. Let's just say I have evidence that I know that this coven worked in pairs. And when I say work in pairs, I'm talking about, okay, this married couple is coming up first. Let's see if we can take the feminine down. If that doesn't work, wow, 33 and 33 on the timer. I can't make this shit up. If that doesn't work, let's bring in the next couple. If that doesn't work, let's bring in the next couple. And they kept working like that in teams. I have evidence. And all of this just kept confusing the masculine. And it's been a psychological mindfuck. Not just a spiritual warfare, but a psychological mindfuck. Because the karmic is, like I said, narcissist. Narcissist, a sociopath. He is considered a serial killer. All of that. And finally, this one might make me cry a little bit because it's sad, but I just wanted to let the coven know that I know about another hidden enemy. The initials are AB. A as in apple, and B as in bus. And the first name is Amy. I considered you family. In fact, I used to call you Auntie Amy. I hate to say it, but I thought you were smarter than to believe in the lies and gossip being said about me. But unfortunately, I'm willing to bet that you participated as well. And as crazy as it seems, I thoroughly enjoyed the memories that we made, dear Auntie Amy. But you were just another lesson about discernment. I forgive you from a distance, though. And I know that you moved, and I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. Okay, that's messages from the universe. What does my collective, the divine feminine and masculine, need to hear? What do my divine masculines and divine feminines need to hear? The universe. What does the collective need to know? Last shuffle. Does my collective need to know? By the way, I love this time change. How the reason some people have walked away from you for no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you, excuse me, is taking you next. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving. Greater is coming. Can't make it up. Your time is coming. Everything is coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy vision of yourself with successful outcomes, and don't allow your fears or insecurities to stand in the way. Focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating your future. Mhm. If you are worried you don't have the strength to move on, think of how much strength you are using to hold on. Then redirect that energy and enjoy your life. In your journey, there will be times when you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. These are times of transition. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transitioning to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Just to let you guys know, if you hang out with people, okay, for a while, even for just a day, and after you are done hanging out with them and you feel exhausted, that's an energy vampire. So love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self love. Don't worry, everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made, even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process. If you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you are asking for now. Your life is about to start to move quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs attention most. Wow. If people are gossiping about you or spreading rumors, don't fall for it. No one is worth lowering your vibration for. Let it move through you. See it for what it is, which is a reflection of their pain rather than the result of your actions. Release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. Leave the past where it belongs in the past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing. And you know what, too, guys? Especially for the masculines, stop thinking shit. When going through tough times, it is important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. Last one. What's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when, be happy now. What have we been talking about, guys? What you've been manifesting for, it's coming. What's meant for you, it's coming your way. It's already yours. The divine and archangels are just doing their thing and pushing all the fucking losers and mosquitoes out of the way. Okay, there you guys go. Um, for the next reading, I will use the tarot too. I love you all.